U.S. Weather News. Great climate turning point of early October. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our U.S. Weather News broadcast. It's great to have you with us tonight as we track a rapidly changing weather pattern sweeping across the nation. In these early days of October, when many places should be feeling the crisp touch of autumn, record-breaking heat has instead returned. But that will soon change dramatically. Over the next several days, a powerful cold front is expected to surge southward from Canada, bringing strong winds, thunderstorms, and a sharp drop in temperatures across much of the United States. Tonight, we'll give you a complete overview, from the record heat scorching the Midwest to the incoming cold front set to sweep through the central and eastern U.S., and the latest developments in the Atlantic, where two tropical disturbances could evolve into cyclones in the days ahead. We'll also break down regional conditions, dryness in the west, heavy rains in the southeast, and look ahead to the 10-day national outlook. At this hour, most of the continental United States remains calm and dry. From the Great Lakes down through the northeast, skies are clear, winds are light, and visibility is excellent. Cities like New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Cleveland are all enjoying perfect autumn sunshine, with afternoon highs in the 70s Fahrenheit and low humidity. But meteorologists are closely watching a deepening low-pressure system developing along the Rocky Mountains, an atmospheric setup that's already triggering major changes. That low, centered over Nevada and Utah, is intensifying and expected to move northeast over the next 48 hours. As it does, it will draw in strong southerly winds from the Gulf of Mexico, funneling hot, humid air into the Central Plains and Midwest. The result, a blast of record heat for early October. Cities across Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, and Minnesota are expected to challenge or break long-standing temperature records. According to preliminary data from the National Weather Service, more than 30 U.S. locations could tie or surpass October heat records within the next 2 days. Minneapolis may reach 92 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 degrees Celsius, its hottest October reading since 1897. Chicago and the Lake Michigan region could see 86 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit, while Kansas City and St. Louis may top 95 degrees Fahrenheit, even flirting with triple digits in some spots. This heat is not just uncomfortable, it's heightening fire danger and worsening drought conditions across the central states. Meteorologists explain that this pattern stems from a pronounced northward bulge in the subtropical jet stream, allowing low-latitude heat to surge northward. Meanwhile, a strong ridge of high pressure anchored over the southeast acts like a shield, blocking cooler Canadian air from moving south. The trapped air mass is now baking the heart of the nation through the weekend. But that calm won't last. A strong cold front is on the move, as it sweeps across the Rockies and into the plains late Sunday into Monday. It will unleash a surge of cold Canadian air that could drop temperatures by 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit within 24 hours across the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Michigan. And then comes the wind. As this cold, dense air slams into the lingering warm, moist air mass, steep pressure gradients will generate widespread gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour, 65–95 kilometers per hour. Strongest winds are expected from South Dakota through Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, and northern Texas. These gusts could topple small trees, scatter outdoor decorations, and disrupt travel. Residents are urged to secure Halloween decor and outdoor furniture ahead of time. Over the Rockies, that same cold air will bring even more dramatic changes. Temperatures at elevations above 6.500 to 8.000 feet, 2.000 to 2.500 meters, could drop low enough for the season's first snowflakes, especially across Wyoming and Colorado. This will mark the earliest mountain snow event of autumn 2025 in some locations. As the central low matures, it will also trigger severe storms, thunderstorms capable of hail, damaging winds, and perhaps an isolated tornado are possible this evening and tomorrow across Colorado, Nebraska, and South Dakota. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a marginal to slight risk for these areas. By Sunday night, that threat shifts east into Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin before weakening as the system encounters drier air farther east. Once the cold front clears, the Great Lakes, Midwest, and Ohio Valley will enjoy several crisp, sunny days with highs between 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The upper air pattern is forecast to flatten into a more zonal west to east flow, reducing temperature extremes. By midweek, the U.S. should enter a brief stretch of stable, quiet weather, limited rainfall, light winds, and plenty of sunshine. However, the medium-range outlook from the Climate Prediction Center suggests another warm-up developing around mid-October. A new ridge of high pressure could rebuild over the desert southwest, pushing above-average warmth back into Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico. This secondary warm spell won't be as intense as the current one, but it will bring renewed fire danger amid low humidity and gusty winds. Meanwhile, along the east and southeast coasts, Florida remains the rainfall hotspot. Over the next 3 to 5 days, a weak coastal disturbance will continue to pump moisture inland from the Atlantic. From Miami and Fort Lauderdale to Palm Bay and Tampa Bay, daily rounds of heavy downpours and thunderstorms are likely, with totals of 4 to 6 inches, 100 to 150 millimeters. The National Hurricane Center currently assigns only a 10 to 20% chance of tropical development, low. But localized flooding and lightning remain key concerns. Farther east in the tropical Atlantic, a tropical wave moving west from the Cape Verde Islands has drawn attention. The NHC places its 7-day development chance around 40 to 50%. Model guidance diverges. The GFS brings the system westward into the Caribbean, where warm 30 degrees Celsius waters could foster strengthening. The ECMWF instead turns it northward into open waters. Icon and ensemble forecasts fall somewhere in between, hinting at a possible tropical depression by midweek, though confidence remains low. Regardless of the outcome, forecasters agree that the Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and Florida Peninsula bear watching through the second half of October. This is the time of year when the Central American gyre, a broad cyclonic circulation near Central America, often spawns late-season storms. Historically, major hurricanes like Michael, 2018, and Wilma, 2005, originated from similar setups. Here's a quick 48-hour forecast by region. Northeast, New England Mid-Atlantic, dry, sunny, mild, highs 70 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Light southeast winds, excellent conditions for outdoor plans in Boston, New York, and Washington, D.C. Midwest and Great Lakes, hot and breezy. Highs 85 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Elevated fire risk due to humidity below 30%. Rockies and Intermountain West, afternoon and evening storms for Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. Isolated hail and light snow possible on high peaks. Southeast and Florida Gulf Coast, periods of heavy rain. Local totals 3 to 5 inches, 75 to 125 millimeters, coastal flood advisories likely. Southwest, California, Nevada, Arizona, hot, dry, and sunny. Highs 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, with elevated wildfire danger. Looking ahead 10 days, the national map shows a clear transition toward fall. Following the early week cooldown, temperatures should rebound 2 to 4 degrees Celsius above normal from October 10 to 15 across the plains and southwest. The East Coast will stay comfortably cool and dry, while the Pacific Northwest braces for a new round of heavy rain around October 17 to 18 as a Pacific low sweeps ashore. Climatologists remind us that the U.S. is now entering what's called the second severe weather season. This secondary outbreak window runs from early October through mid-November, primarily across the Mississippi Valley, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and parts of southern Illinois and Missouri. While less intense than spring's tornado season, fall storms can still bring hail, damaging winds, and localized flooding. In the broader climate context, the interaction between cold northern air and lingering tropical moisture appears to be happening earlier and more sharply than usual this year. That means more frequent swings between hot and cold, dry and wet, sometimes even early season snow in the mountains. Still, there are no signs of any major hurricanes threatening the U.S. mainland over the next 10 to 14 days. A welcome note of calm in an otherwise volatile pattern. On the global climate scale, the ENSO, El Niño-La Niña, cycle currently sits near neutral with a slight lean toward La Niña. That typically brings a colder winter for northern states, a warmer, drier pattern across the south, and can extend the Atlantic hurricane season into early November. So while the tropics look quiet now, additional late-season systems may still emerge in the Caribbean or Gulf later this month. In summary, the next few days mark a major turning point for U.S. weather. Record heat is peaking, strong winds and storms are on the horizon, and the first real taste of autumn is about to arrive. The clash of these air masses will define the week ahead, producing gusty winds, scattered thunderstorms, and dramatic temperature contrasts across the nation. To sum it up in one message, the heat will soon end. The cold wind is coming, and the Atlantic is beginning to stir again. Residents across the central and northern states should prepare for the sudden shift, secure outdoor objects, check rooftops and trees, and plan travel or farming activities accordingly. Along the southeast coast, especially Florida and Georgia, remain alert for heavy rain and gusty winds. For those who love crisp fall weather, the payoff is coming soon. After the front passes, you can look forward to clear blue skies, gentle sunshine, and cool, refreshing air, perfect for hiking, leaf peeping, and outdoor gatherings. Before we close, a quick reminder. While there are no immediate threats from major tropical systems, we are still within the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. Conditions can change quickly, so stay tuned to official updates from the National Hurricane Center, NHC, and heed any local weather alerts as they arise. Thank you for joining us for tonight's U.S. Weather News Bulletin. If you enjoy clear, data-driven, and easy-to-follow forecasts like this, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an important update. We'll continue bringing you the most accurate and timely information on weather events across America and around the world. Wishing you a safe, peaceful, and energizing weekend ahead.